We're in the middle of the day, have the ad break. Oh my god. Hello, Alistair. You really have like a talent for rating me during the ad break. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. As per original rated inconvenient times. I hope not too many. Like we still have 2 minutes in the ad break. Wait, let me just okay. Never fear, I am here. Hello, Alistair. Hello, Fane. Hello, Silver. Welcome, everybody who are not stuck in ad jail right now. Thank you for the raid. Alistair, I saw you play My Time at Porsche. I wonder why you played this. Is this almost as if... Okay. I don't know if you already said this on stream. Almost. Yeah, I was just like in my mental preparation phase before starting stream, contemplating about life, and then suddenly I hear raid sound coming in. And who else but Alistair? Hello, Chris. Hi. It's almost like you told my viewers what we have planned. Did you or did you not? Because if you did, I also gonna do it. If you didn't, I also not gonna do it. And how is everybody? I hope everybody's having a lovely Tuesday so far. I mentioned it, okay. So, then I'm going to mention it too. Yes, Alice and I have My Time at Sandrock multiplayer collab planned, which probably will be a long-term project. Unless he decides after 1 or 2 streams that he can't stand me anymore. A very likely possibility after all. And just kidding. Yeah. Hello, Ogre Daddy. Hello, everybody. Oh God. No, it's Lux. I'm awake. Good morning. It's 7 p.m. I hope you slept. I hope you slept well. Did Alistair again talk about?
I will not tolerate the forces of evil!
Okay, Panda, you will not. I understand. More likely, I'll be the reserve. Lux will brain me in game and dump my body in the desert. I would never do that. I'm gonna teach it again. I mean, I know the basics of the game. I don't know how the multiplayer story goes. I never played My Time at Sandrock multiplayer. So we're gonna find this out together once we start. I shall banish the evil with the pay to win scheme. Panda, you're supposed to destroy the evil, not become it yourself. Pay to win is one of the most evil concepts there is in the gaming world. I mean, besides saying that, you know, gotta pay like 80 quid for a game that's half finished on Nintendo. And Panda, thank you for the gifted sub for Cirque. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. We're gonna play Tavern Talk today. Our currently usual Tuesday game. It's nice and cozy, so it fits very well for right in the middle or right towards the beginning of the week. I'm fueled up. I had some mediocre tacos, which by my standards are probably very good tacos, because, you know, here in Europe, Mexican kitchen is not necessarily that common. When it's a $20 game with full experience, then you can spend money forever on a half-baked project. Yeah, basically. That's also the reason why I decided not to buy a Switch 2. Or like any of the why I will not buy any more unreasonably priced Nintendo games. I eventually plan on playing a few games from my Switch, my older one. I have a capture card. I recently talked with Audrey, and the game Fire Emblem came up. And yeah, I really kind of itching to play Fire Emblem at one point soonish. So we'll probably we'll do this. I have Fire Emblem Three Houses and Fire Emblem Engage. And I also want to find a way to make Fire Emblem Fates work eventually. I know there's a newer one announced, and this is honestly the only game that hurts me that I cannot play. Depending if this newer Fire Emblem also comes out for the Switch 1, I might get it for the Switch 1, but we will see. Europe has a serious deficit in Latinos. I mean, yes and no. We have different Latinos here. Like, our Latinos are the Spanish and the Italians, but they're not compared to the Latinos in the US. There's still like cultural differences after all. You get like good paella from the Spanish here, and of course, like, you know, Italian cuisine, but like Mexican cuisine is not that common. I prefer my companies to patent everything and sue the indie devs. That's my favorite, while also charging $80 for games. $80 for games that look like they're 10 years old. Forgot to mention that part. I've only ever played Free Houses, but it's so good. My brother-in-law really likes Engage too. I played through Engage. I played through Free Houses 2 times. 2.5 times. I'm missing one path, and this is probably the path I want to do. And I really, really want to play Fates too. This was my first Fire Emblem. I really played myself. I didn't watch it like a Let's Play. The issue with Fates is that it's a DS game, so I need to figure out how to get this on the like PC. But I need probably to look through an emulator or something. I'll need to see. If I remember correctly, Fates is not really dependent on using the touchscreen, so I don't think it should be that big of a problem. But yeah. $8 for a game that looks like it's 10 years old and plays like it's from 1994, basically. No, like, honestly, I was always a big Pokemon fan, and like even like Pokemon Arceus or Arceus or however you gotta pronounce this Pokemon. I always say Arceus.
Be gone, foul spirit!
No, I will not be gone. I just started a stream, Alistair. Please let me stay. Welcome in. But yeah, I always loved Pokemon, and even like Pokemon Arceus, and I could even find a bit of joy in like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. A bit. Like they did a few things right in Scarlet and Violet, but it's still not a good game. Like technology-wise, engine-wise, it's horrid. Modern Pokemon would be so good if it were. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like, imagine they would actually try with Pokemon. Imagine. Speaking of overpriced consoles, I heard today that a new Xbox was announced for 2027. Which is supposed to cost $1,200 apparently. So it's not just Nintendo, because who in their ever-loving mind, what kind of casual gamer spends $1,200 on a console? No casual gamer does this, and most consoles are for casual gamers. Sure, there are like some who game a bit more serious and also like to play on the console. It's absolutely fine, but most casual gamers go towards the console. But they will not want to pay 1.2k for it. Love them using Scarlet and Violet to show off the Switch 2 performance. They're your freaky games. Should run well on the OG Switch. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Game Freak or the Pokemon Company is just a whole mess and a half. It's incredible. And I believe Nintendo approaches a point now where the nostalgia card is getting less and less valid. Like, I mean, I know. Me alone, I will not, like the fact that I'm not gonna buy a Switch 2 or like the new Pokemons, whatever, this alone will not cause like a dip in sales. Doy. But, you know, it starts at one point, and if they continue with this stupidity, it will get more and more at one point. This is at least the way I'm thinking. At one point, less and less people will buy it, and probably executives be like, oh, how can this happen? Oh my god, who could have predicted this? Why are people not buying overpriced consoles and underdeveloped games anymore? Who could have thought that? And then there will be a bunch of executives that scramble around and then just blame each other, and people will get more and more in tune with indie games. Those are really interesting in gaming. Or they play like the 25th FIFA in a row. Also those people, I do not understand those people. But, you know, to each their own, I guess. Less people are buying, better crank up the price. More people are buying, better crank up the price. Less people are buying, better crank up the price. Like, it is like the insanity of the industry we're having today. And gaming is a very good example for this. Like, no matter if something does good or something does bad, the price goes up, because either the price goes up to like make the margins look better, or the game is doing so well, so they crank up the price so can squeeze out more money. This is the insanity. I mean, it's what technically happened with the GameCube. It didn't sell well and they pivoted to the Wii and focused on ingenuity and quality. Yeah, but the question is, why do they ever pivot away from ingenuity and quality? What's with quality standards these days? Impossible. And the thing is, Nintendo can make the games look good, Zelda looks good. Why does Pokemon get the shaft? Because this is my theory, Pokemon is the by far most expensive, not more expensive, like the most valued brand in the world. Like the Pokemon company is insanely highly valued compared to everything else, especially. They don't need to try, so why should they try? And I think, like, if you look in terms of margin, like the Pokemon, like the development game of Pokemon, while still being like sizable, is comparatively small to other titles. Does not excuse, obviously, the crappy quality, because, I mean, look at games like Hollow Knight 2. I think this was 3 people? I've not played it, I just looked at a few clips so far. Like, day and night. Absolute day and night. Xbox has thing up a long time, and now the only thing that they write was given the games to other companies. I think Xbox/Microsoft had a very good opportunity positioning themselves with the Game Pass until they shot up the prices so much. Because, like, let's be honest, like, this whole exclusivity war between Xbox and PS was always, like, this was a temporary battle. At one point they needed to stop this because it was getting ridiculous. And Xbox really managed, or would have managed, to get a really good niche with the Game Pass and the cross-playing between PC and Xbox. If they kept this up and focused on that and not increase the prices unreasonably, like, this could have been their very lucrative niche in the market. While the PlayStation could have focused on more like optimized games for the console. This could have been their niche in the market, which they could exploit. And Nintendo will eventually, like, break down in sales, and they will also have to find a better niche in the market again. The Game Pass was a game changer, but they had to shoot themselves in the face with price gouging. Yeah, exactly. I can understand that at one point, you know, you increase the prices slightly, but I think in terms of like 1 or 2 years, it went up from $10 to $30/euros. I think something along those lines, which is insanity. If it would have gone up from like 10 to 15, this is like a reasonable price increase, you know? Stuff's getting more expensive, game developers need to be paid fairly. Of course, a little bit of an increase, this would be something everybody would agree with. But this Game Pass was legitimately a Steam killer. Yeah, it was. I mean, like, the story of Valve and like Steam as a whole is really like, this is like the only like light in terms of like common gaming platforms we have right now. By the way, another gaming platform I personally can recommend is GOG. Because when you buy games on GOG, you actually get, like, you can start the game, you can download the game and start it without the GOG launcher. So you actually buy the software itself to play it, and no matter if, like, because on Steam you technically, the games are borrowed in a way. I think there are ways to get around it if you're like tech savvy enough. But GOG is also a very good platform if you're actually interested in owning the games permanently as long as you yourself can keep them somewhere on like a hard drive. The price is about the same, but you do not have by far as much variety in games as you have on Steam. That's the big selling point on Steam, because they just have everything, almost everything besides Nintendo games. So, let me actually start the game in the meantime while we keep on yapping. So, music in the meantime. Get in my wee little corner. Oh! Okay, just as we're about to start the game. Hello Raiders! Welcome in, Lucy. Welcome everybody. For those who don't know me, my name is LuxTaleor. I'm a wandering tale teller, and today our tales lead us into a tavern. We're playing Tavern Talk today, and when I say we're playing Tavern Talk today, it means I'm mostly yap with chat, and sometimes in between we also continuing the game. I raid defense. You don't need to defend against raids, Alistair. Lucy, how was your stream? I hope you had fun in Final Fantasy. And by the way, everybody who doesn't know the absolutely incredible Lucius Soul, you absolutely have to check him out. He's an absolutely lovely person. Highly recommended by the game teller. Game teller. I get so confused. We were talking about games, like different game companies earlier. Oh, just before I started the raid. Oh no, battle has broken out in the chat. Everybody, please take cover. Oh yeah. Let's get started with the game actually. We've already been yapping for like 20 minutes. Hello, Serenades? Is the name right? Welcome. And hello, Dean! Came from both raids. We came in and take them and Lux himself. Oh no! How about you stay in the Tavern, Dane? I'm gonna give you all a nice cherry meat, and we're gonna chill a bit. How does that sound? Dane is getting double ale with his raid. I mean, ale, meat. I mean, we can like. It's kind of interesting, by the way, because I just noticed that with the stream watch streaks, it's also quite interesting new feature Twitch added, didn't it? Just prop up recently. Really cool. Sorry, I drank a bit too fast. Let's get started. Hello, Keep. Look what I found. Looks like a rare specimen of Archie to me. I am one of a kind. Watch streaks on more channel points, which is cool. That's really cool. Means you can torture me more with. Okay, currently not books. I tried fixing the book redeem, but it still doesn't work, unfortunately. Was there way before I met you, as I can see? It was? I never noticed it before, like only recently. And Suni, welcome in, and thank you for the hydrate. It's a very good idea. I prepared half a liter of drink. I'm streaming for about 20 minutes and it's already more than like 3/4 is gone. Jesus. Ona looks really. Again, generally, I love the characters in this game. They're so cool. Lister cashed in channel points and timeout data in my stream. That sounds like absolutely something a Lister would do. Like, this fits 100%.
Oh, you two know each other already? Of course you do. You know pretty much everyone in this city, huh?
Of course I know him. He's quite the celebrity, Todd. No. Just, I've never met this guy. Just for some legs on stolt. Of course I know him. He's quite the celebrity in town. Oh, I suppose I am. His son is most famous offer. He even survived an assault by hordes of vicious undead.
Arthur? I guess I am an Arthur, yes. Bummer. And here I thought I could surprise you.
How did you two meet?
I think he spotted me on the street. Must have thought I had a lot of stories to tell, so he asked me if he could write my biography.
What a unique way to call someone old. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oder, you are old. I think she stands by it. That's such a mean thing to say. I have a good feeling when I lurk and return to see I got traded into another stream. It's going into anyway. This worked for me. How are you doing, guys? I'm doing very well and welcome in, Zurk. Hope you enjoy your time here. And it's always nice to see that you're intended to join my stream anyways. It makes me very happy. Thank you. And Pamela has announced herself. Hello, Pamela. How are you doing? But she does have a lot of stories to tell. Archie, how many manuscript topics do you want to collect before I actually finish something? Well, you see, it's always important to collect ideas. Life itself is the best source of inspiration for any artist.
Look at him. He's so eager to write. I just couldn't refuse that look in his big, sparkly eyes.
Writing down ideas is so much fun. Not only for the detective's magical story, but also holding on to fierce memories. Writing is really helping me with his stuff. I can make sure the world doesn't forget about it. Glad you're doing a bit better. Una, how come you want a biography to be written on?
I don't really have a reason. I'm old. And I've seen a lot of stuff. Would be sad if all that knowledge went to waste, right?
I 100% agree with this. That's exactly why I'm a storyteller. Would be a shame if all the stories would go to waste. It's not like you disappear in a second now, is it?
Of course not.
Why the pause? I get it. A lot of terrible things have been happening lately.
Don't be silly, we'll be fine. It's always nice to meet. It's always nice to see most of your friends return during times like these.
Most of them?
Thank you for the cat ears.
Stuff like this happens every few decades. Completely normal. If you say so. We're going to pay Archie accordingly, though. Got to need to continue evil plans. Enjoy your scheming, Panda. Thank you for stopping in.
That's what I'm here for. I'm gonna pay him in drinks. And I also could use a little refreshing drink myself. I gotcha.
Anything specific you'd like today, Archie? Just the same as always. A drink to stay focused on my riding, to defend my brain against all those distracting thoughts. Coming right up. Okay, defensive brew. Let's see what we can do.
I think the steel tonic. I'll just we have a lot of defensive drinks. Just noticed. We're gonna make this first. No. No. Yes. This is what we need. We need a little bit of charisma. A bit more dexterity. For the mix. And let's dump in some defense. The first snow is ready. Bottoms up. Here you go. A drink to boost your concentration. Thank you very much, dear innkeeper. This is delicious. I can feel an irresistible itch in my fingertips already. Always happy to oblige. So, Una, what's in for you today? Because I'm gonna give me enough strength and energy to tell this whippersnapper every detail of my life. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Alright, give me a quick second, I'll be back with your drink. Okay, strength and energy. So what do we have in terms of strength for her? The sailor's courage. Yeah, that's it. So, make it spicy. So, let's fill her up here. Then we need a little bit of charisma. Squeaks. To start on brawl. But if we add a pinch of dexterity, we have the sailor's courage. Bottoms up. Some liquid stamina for the golden girl. Let's see if your skills are to be trusted and keep. Oh! Archie, I hope you're ready for at least 600 pages. That's a lot. But you already agreed, so you don't have a choice. And now, my dear Archibald, we'll begin with the writing. Thank you for your hospitality, Innkeep. I'll see you later. Goodbye, Innkeep. I remember to keep a copy of the book for you. The sign, please. Of course. Very well, goodbye, you two. Okay, just a little encouraging drink. Oh! We haven't seen her in quite some time. Do you have a drink that cures sickness? Are you sick too, Chris? Why are so many people sick right now? Oh my god. I'm pretty sure I can like scrounge something up back there, like a lot of like defense against to help your antibodies. It's not how writing biography works. He'll be writing 1,200 pages at least and editing down to 600. I mean, this is only like the first time, like they come back for another drink and then probably write another 600. Pretty lady. I mean, if we only seen her once before. She looks really cool though. Wait, let me check up. I haven't talked with her in quite some time. Wait. Where are there? Wait, Minef. Helen Archie. It's not in here. I know she was here before. Helen Kumo. Oh, she's not here. Interesting. Apparently didn't note her down last time. Dog. 2 dogs even. One under her arm and one here. The first time I saw her, I thought this was like a helmet, then I realized it's a dog that like has his head on the table. No, get sick. Build up immunity. Become indestructible. What Zerk says. Believe Zerk. Zerk knows what he's talking about. Finally, my service beast and I have returned. Welcome back, Mineth. Good to see you, innkeeper. And, surprisingly, the tavern's dry interior. I thought you might be appreciating the dampness of almost everything nowadays. 2 woofies. This I'm immune to swords. Doesn't kill you, makes you more immune. Lux gets it. Yeah. Just get stabbed enough times and you're immune to knives. Please don't try this. Maybe while underwater. But wheels and mud do not mix. Oh yeah, I think isn't she a mermaid or something? And she's like around on a wheelchair. Something like this. I don't remember correct. Don't remember. I don't know. I don't know if she is. Gotta ask her. Come by to the tavern. Ask her. Suddenly, it would be funny if suddenly actually Alistair's character appeared here. That would be so hilarious. On land, I appreciate structurally sound and smooth wood flooring much more than soggy alternatives. That bad? You would too. Just step a few minutes past your tavern. Then you might get an idea of the things jammed in spokes and swooshed between caskets and Kane's toes. I'll pass. And besides, stories from my patrons are much more enjoyable. Speaking of, how did the pearl hunt go? Honestly, it wasn't all too eventful. But before I go on, I could do with one of your drinks, innkeeper. Something to keep my mind clear of any irrelevant distractions from the journey back. Let me see what I got. Okay, a lot of drink mixing today. So keeping a sharp mind. What do we have here? Silent Owl. This here. Oh, no. It's the wrong one. This one. We need a little bit of dexterity. And charisma. Liquid form. Stand out. Bottoms up. Yes. May this inspire boundless creativity. Just what I needed. If only I had boundless supply of this drink while writing at my desk. Unfortunately, my establishment doesn't do deliveries. What a shame. But before you go on, I actually have something else for you. And here I thought I have to needle you for it again. What a pleasant surprise. Oh yeah, the book that we need to return to her. My favorite kind. Here, a completely proofread manuscript, I hope. I certainly hope it's completed. Since my retrieval and your proofreading have been such a long time in the making, yes? Right. A long time in the making. You should probably wash the red ink off your hands before it stains your mugs. Oh, right. I was editing my recipes all night. Crazy story, actually. For another time, that is. I totally lost the book. It got totally damaged and you had to rewrite it. I see. I will say, it's good to have these papers back in my hands. May I inquire as to why you asked for them back now? I've decided to finally publish the book. What I have written about, it's very dear to my heart. And I'm happy to finally get to share my writing with the world. Minith, the author. It has a nice ring to it. It will be Mackenzie Carton Pecan, actually. Pecan, actually. A very nice pen name. It was time I finally chose one. And something universal at that. Procrastination is a curse all of its own. Sure is. So, about the pearl, or pearls? Protection pearls. Like I said, it wasn't too eventful. I had tea with the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon, and she traded me the pearls for objects of her desire. Mostly, I promised her a signed copy of the book. Good for her. You know, I've been meaning to ask, if I may. What do you need the pearls for exactly? I know you're often looking for them, but I was never quite sure why. Well, I'm sure you remember the curse I was bestowed with. Yes, the cursed parasitic rings that amplify your magic to a painful degree. Exactly those. They cause quite a lot of issues for me and my body. Sometimes I feel like the magic is eating away at me, slowly feasting on my organs and nerves. It's tearing me apart from the inside, not out, from inside out, as it gradually takes my health and life. The protection pearls help me keep the mana in check. They bring it down to a manageable level. To get ready, so have a relaxing day at work, and thank you again for the raid, even though you always chose the most inconvenient times. See you around, Alistair. It helps the pain a lot. So, you're saying you turned the pearls into a drink? Wonderful to see that's still your first solution to everything. Yes, on occasion. Mostly I grind them into ink for my tattoos. They're very versatile, little beauties. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. I'm happy you could find something. Now that I think about it, care to share? I'm sure that'd be great for my drinks. Not so fast. For most people, they just amplify mana to ridiculous and dangerous degrees. And I don't want to be held responsible for the chaos your patrons could cause. However, maybe I can offer you something less extreme, but still energizing. Here. Cursed coffee. Kelly! Sorry. Is this your infamous coffee recipe? After all these years, you finally trust me with it? It's time. I think you can finally make it without poisoning someone. I do my best. Thank you, Minif. Perhaps I will also help you keep your promises in time. Anyhow, I think we're due to take our leave. Need to make some ink? Something like that. Plus, I brought my casket and cane. We check if any primordial tennis balls got washed up by the flood. No. I think I might have seen some in the bushes. Have to take a look on our way out. If all else fails, I'll just have to summon up some. Nothing easier than that. With enough charisma, you can wish for anything, I suppose. It was lovely to see you again, Innkeeper. Likewise, best of luck on your journey, and don't forget me to send me a copy of that book. If you promise not to forget about its existence this time. I'll do my very best. I know you will, friend. I know you will. Okay, that was a really quick day. over. Act 3, The Twilight Flood. Chapter 19, Remnants. 27th of the Astral Moon. Oh, it's Kumo and Jade. Achievement unlocked, cartilage. Jade, welcome back. Was your quest successful? Have I ever failed a quest? Well, you do look surprisingly unblooded. Also, hello Kumo. Kumo? Who's Kumo? That guy. Did you change your name? New name, I'm guessing. No, no names here. Never had a name. Don't even know what names are. Am I just supposed to go along with that? You're supposed to make me a drink. And we can talk. Fair enough. What can I get you? Still got plans after this, but Onyx, it's pretty tight. So give me something that'll get her to keep up with my speed. If I let her have a sip. Anything for Onyx? Anything for Onyx. Okay. So, something speedy for the turtle? Oh my god. The cursed coffee. Oh god. Okay, this is easy enough to make. Bit here, a bit here, and a lot of here. Swift strike. A drink for Onyx and you, but mostly Onyx. Not bad. Concerning to see you know me so well. Being a regular does have its perks. So, names? Let's start with the story first. You love those, right? You know it. I'll spare the details of my journey to Borkham. Though I didn't miss the chance to make some extra money along the way. Everyone thought I was the right omen for the jobs. They helped me with the quest too. Squeezed a good description of the renegade errands out of the Red Rune merchant, who was in deep dispute with a blue-crowned elephant. I love to read that story, actually. Not my problem. Asking a couple of pointed questions got me to the inn the deadbeats were staying at. Problem with people is you can't exactly kill them in broad daylight. With monsters, you'd be thanked for doing so. With people, you've got to be patient. So I did what anyone would have done in this situation. I posed as a tour guide. And they believed you? Sure did. Iniko was right. The drinks are great for pulling scams. Happy to hear that, I guess? I offered them a tour in the nearby Odyssey and led them to an area I knew was shunned by actual tour guides because of unpredictable tides. Gave them a spiel about how a battle of the Order of Starlight took place there. Yada yada yada. Pretty soon, the eyes were glued to some starfish laying in the mud. It was the perfect opportunity to get it over with quickly. Obviously, I wasn't to kill them just then. They needed a chance to run, but I had to scare them first. I raised my spear up above my head and was about to go for a warning strike. Then I heard this singing sound. I deflected the knife that was flung my way. At the last second, and it shattered against the ground. All three of us took turned and saw this cloaked echo reaching for another knife. Had his hood pulled up, knives and daggers strapped all over his body. Even the air seemed to go dark around him. Looked like a real shadow plane. It rained under them. Impressive. Those deadbeat thought I was protecting them from him. Could have seen the looks on their face when I said I was there to kill them. Turned back, wanting to refocus on my warning strike, when I was interrupted by a simple stop. It was said in this deep, raspy, incredibly fake voice. It sounded like some sort of proper degenerate. Is it just me or is the magic just a tiny bit too loud? The music does type it. I can? Wait. So, is it better like this? I did mess around with my audio settings a little bit the last few days. So this might be a reason for it. I hope it's better now. Yeah, music, I just misread myself, sorry. I turned down the music a little bit. Is it better? Or do I still need to turn it down more? Maybe like this. It's better? Yeah, it's better. Okay. Likely the two bums thought we were fighting about who'd get to kill them. Their approach to such a situation was to immediately try to bribe us. I told them to shut it. They asked me what I wanted. Then, if it wasn't money or words. So I turned to our little Shadowbane and asked what he wanted. But he just stood there, quietly. Can't blame him. There's little scarier in your parents. So, you helped him with the decision? Not exactly. I walked over to him and handed him my spear. She said, "This is your choice. Make it." It felt like she was passing some of her courage onto me. He stepped forward, my spear in his hand, and took off his hood. He was... I'll spare you the details. They recognized him, of course. Those a-holes had the audacity to act surprised. Surprised is one way to put it. When they talked, they sounded so... like they had thought I had died. You could have. They left you. I wanted to say something. Anything. Yell. Tell them to get lost. Scream at them. What they have done to me. But... all that came out was... why did you leave? The silence went on for so long. Would have been longer if those tides hadn't come rushing in. You did kind of walk into that one. Kind of. Luckily, I was quick. Got all of us on some muddy rock that the waves couldn't reach. How long were you up there for? A couple of hours. Left us a lot of time to talk. Did you? Yes, a lot. For example, did you know the primordial flood was caused by the pyre erupting? The pyre? You mean the biggest volcano of all of Asteria, nestled in the Leviathan domain? Yeah. Apparently it erupted and then collapsed. How about all the primordial sea in ash instead of a tsunami? It shouldn't be doing that. No. Do you think powerful magic was afoot? Probably not. What use is a giant tsunami to anyone? Maybe they wanted to be wet? Probably not. As are tsunamis and their causes all you and your parents talked about? No. Mostly we talked about the leaving thing. They said not a day went by when they didn't regret what they'd done. Asked why they didn't come back then. They didn't have an answer for that. Mom said she was proud of my knife throwing skills though. Never thought I'd apologize. They owned up to all of it. Awful as it was. Hadn't planned for that. I wanted to make up for everything. Be part of my life. They also said it was up to me. What I wanted. And what do you want? A family. Is that stupid? No. No. No, it's not. So, you forgave them? No, not yet. I have to see if they actually mean what they said first. I can't trust them right now. We don't really know each other anymore. Who knows if we'll get along. But I did say they want to get to know me. And I think I might like that too. They're just so different. It feels like I'm angry at people that don't exist anymore. I mean, yeah, you're still still allowed to be angry. Even if they changed, they hurt you. Neither forgiveness nor forgetting is required. It just feels unfair. Like I'm harboring resentment for ghosts. But I try to be honest with them. I owe that to myself. Plus, Jade threatened to decapitate them if they ever hurt me again. They stand no chance. They actually don't. None. Could I have a drink now too? Sure. Let's trade. Right. Secret? No. Ending. I assume Jade didn't know you as Kumo because your parents didn't call you that. Correct. What did they call you then? I'm not. I'll trade your name. Just give the guy a drink. First name? Those are quite precious. To Mayada, right? Very. It is a secret to trade for. I'm listening. Ulyssia. Keep that name to myself too. Beautiful name. I don't respond to flattery. But thank you. Definitely better than mine. Yours fit you. It does not. If you say so. So, not Ulyssia. So, not Ulyssia. What would you like in exchange? Maybe something that stopped me from choking on my bars. In case I have to be more of this emotional thing. Definitely got something for that. So Jade's actual name is Ulyssia? Interesting. Okay. Give him a sunny, please. Yeah. Bit more charisma. And more wisdom shoes. The good old wisdom shoes. Here you go. Here you are. Some fluid emotional vulnerability. It tastes a lot better than it sounds. Feels a lot better too. Maybe. I still need to call you something else though, if Kumo is out. It is. What have you got for me then? I don't. Running out of names. Jade, can I? Nope. My name. Choose sounds good if it looks special. I mean, it does look very good if you look at it. Really like the look. Generally like the drinks in this game look so cool. And how about Dave? You know what? Sure, I'll go with that. Proud of you, Dave. Ages since I made drinks. Actually, like I had a short phase where I made drinks myself. Not alcoholic ones, but like I mixing stuff together. But yeah, not really like stuck with this one. It was only a very, very short phase. For everything you've gone through, and for choosing what's right for you. Thank you. Do we need a hug? I've gotten one. I've already gotten one from Jade. Speaking of me, I've got to go. Want to check in with Grace and her goons. See you around, Airboy. See you around, Ulysses. I do really like the fact that our Wind Echo friend here is getting more and more friends. Oh, we're on ad break. Okay. Gonna take a quick little break then. I've really been focused on the game right now. But it's a really nice game to be focused on, I have to admit. Can also focus a little bit on the little goober up here. Okay. Accidentally clicked just no. Just focus on goober here, up here. Oh, and hello, Audrey. I just hydrated. Just drank out. Just finished my drink. But I do it. Big stretch. Hello. Hello. How is everything? I've been doing well. Boom. Actually, in the meantime, while we're still on a break right now, let me check something real quick. Okay. Out reference, diving, limo. How's Tavern talk? It is very cozy. I enjoyed today. Last week I was a little bit meh, and by meh I mean just plain tired. But today I'm chilling. I'm chilling today. But I have to admit, like, sometimes it's a little bit hard when playing those types of games to to stay awake. No, relax, you can rest him. Oh my dang. Not live on stream. Hackbox. Yes, live on stream. I'm gonna end up like Squidward, like squished under a hack pile if this continues. Okay, welcome back from that break, everybody. Oh my. Okay, let's continue with the game. I need some time to think. All is over. Maybe even feel it too. Is Fable back yet? I think cheesecake would make for a great distraction right now. No, I thought maybe you ran into them on your way back. I didn't. Enjoy LuxTaleor. So, Mel isn't back yet either? No, I'm afraid not. Cool. Great. Guess I'll talk to Helen? Your parents? Maybe. Do you think they still love me? Love me? I don't know. I hope they do. I hope they love you well. But I don't know. I do know that other people love you. And that if your parents fail to live up what you deserve, you won't be loved any less. I'd like to believe that. Sometimes I just think, if even my own parents would leave me, anyone can. Okay, so the point is, there are people out there that have the misfortune of having parents that don't love them as much as they should. And like the common thing is that most people tend to say, like, no one can love you more than your own parents, which would be a nice sentiment, but it's definitely not a true sentiment. If this is the case, I'm incredibly happy for you. But the fact, like how Dave, Kuro, however you're gonna call him, says this, like, there are people for everybody. No matter who you are, no matter what. There are people out there that love you. That loves to be around you. That love to be there for you. To laugh, to cry, to hug, to goof around, whatever. There are people out there for everybody. And don't think like, oh, you have a tough time with your parents and they might not love you, so you don't deserve to be loved, or your parent or other people will leave you if your parents left you. No, absolutely not. I know it's sometimes hard to really comprehend, but it's definitely not the case. Each and everybody of you is loved, and don't you dare to ever forget that. Don't measure your worth by the actions of the people that hurt you. Nothing good can come of that. Yes. But I also understand it's hard to really put this into action. Very thankful to have met you. Anyway, I'm also part of the night, or whatever, so I must go. Farewell. See you soon.
already over. No evening shift. That's fine. Okay. Close the tavern for today. And Act 3, Twilight Flood. Chapter 20. Chaos Protocol. The 30th of the Astral Moon. Melly is back! Melly is back! Melly is back! Finally! Oh my god! I'm so happy she's back! Oh my god, I was so worried about her! Oh my god, she's finally back! Yeah, cat ears! Meow! Innkeeper, surprise! Nice to see you back. Is Fable with you? No. Should they be? They were looking for you. Not a very good detective then. Oh god, Fable is still out there somewhere. Oh boy. I'm happy to see you were well, Melly. Everyone was worried about you. Why? I'm great of taking care of myself. You are, but you have been all over. Where have you been all this time? Investigating things, obviously. Like the flood. My investigation led me to Molia. Or more like, they did. Nico, Voy, and Hex. I followed them to Molia. They were talking about mysteries and puzzles, and I'm trying to solve a mystery. So I couldn't let the opportunity pass me by. You're lucky. People actually pay a lot of money to spend time with me. Why? People love spending a lot of time with me. Why? Completely shut down the ego. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, I'm all out of hydration shoes. I'll be right back. Let me just grab something to drink real quick. Just be a minute. Just will be a minute. So, and back we are. Now with more hydration juice. So. Because, I'm like famous. But I didn't go there because of you. I was following clues. Okay. I stayed outside. My case isn't about a wizard. Not this time. Is that an arrow? No, I don't think it's an arrow. It's, wait. It's... is it said here? Despite being self-conscious. A hagam. It's a hagam. I stay outside. My case isn't about a wizard. Not this time. Where's Hexton? Oh, you know. Doing wizard things.
Like arson? That would have been fun. But instead he chose to study. He immediately wanted to check out the spells we found. Though he seemed pretty disheartened. How come? Not sure. I guess he didn't find what he was looking for. Maybe because the world's greatest treasure was already traveling with him. And what would that be? Never mind. He told us to keep an eye out for any high magic razzle-dazzle. But we found nothing. At least you managed to get inside and return safely. Yeah. The way there was easy peasy. We got there thanks to Nico pulling off a shape-shifting trick and pretending to be a merchant. Stole some guy's coat and face and used his reputation to secure us a boat ride to Moria. Said I wanted to meet with a real estate agent from the Magiocracy to buy the island. I told him to pick us up in a week or so, but then we'd be far gone. What happened once you reached the island? I'm quite intrigued. Before we tell you anything, I'd like a drink. Something that goes down like honey and will make my poetry flow like a wild river. And nothing easier than that. I saw a charisma potion. Sorry, I'm just have to look at chat right now. Guys having fun? I'm glad. Bottoms up. Some honey for those vocal cords. Enjoy. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. Can we move on with the story now? You got somewhere to be? Nah, but I'm getting bored. We got to Moria, an island so small it's basically a tower's wild backyard. As we walk between the crystalline roses, I expected a secret passageway. I accidentally almost expected to see a secret passageway hidden behind every corner. I almost brought you back a rose. Why didn't you? I thought you wouldn't like it. Why do you think I wouldn't like roses? I would have. Oh, okay. That's, moving on. The tower itself reached so high, I thought it might be reaching out to kiss the moon itself. It was really tilted, at about a 5-degree angle. I measured it with my paws. The bricks were still wet. I'm sure the tsunami shook its foundation. I would think the waves would have done us a favor and knocked down the door, but nope. That locked door was the first challenge. Iniko's lockpicks broke. Seemed like a skill issue. Broke? Broke? Skill issue? Bro, the door ate my lockpicks! Ah, a door mimic. Classic first step on securing your establishment. You talk like that, you talk like you have seen one before. Have you ever tried to open my door when the inn is closed? No. If you do, don't use any lockpicks and take care of your fingertips. So, how did you get inside? By charming it. Hex forgot his spellbook and I couldn't get the arcane lock unlock spell to work. And obviously, it wouldn't let us in just like that. So I decided to play the mimic a tune. Yeah, it was amazing, bro. You got fancy tunes. Your fancy tunes are the goat. I was nervous. I never played in front of a mimic before, so I wasn't sure what the taste in music was. I decided to play something emotional. Something that would melt its metaphorical heart. A song of woe. Who would have thought it literally melt? Yeah. I began playing the first tune, and the log started weeping before I reached the chorus. Tears were streaming down its face. And as if they were very hot or made of acid, the door melted away. Afterwards, the log lay in a puddle of wood, sobbing and thanking me for my performance. It's not a very sturdy log. Don't lick the melted door, Chris, please. don't lick the melted door. Get splinters. Trust me. It sounds very tough. It sounds very in touch with its emotions. We stepped over the door's remains and into the tower. It was so much taller and bigger on the inside. Like a pocket dimension. So freaking cool. Except a tower can't really fit in your pocket. That. X walked that. Guy was really distracted. He didn't even listen to my poem about the symbiotic relationship between X and door. For a long time, we didn't encounter anything. Just a long hallway. No doors, only a bunch of strange paintings. Of course, most hallways can't go on forever, so eventually we'll reach the staircase. And hello, gentleman Berserker, thank you for the hate rate. I apparently need this after door licking that Chris mentioned. Anyway, welcome in, my friend. After what felt like 5.5 minutes. Eternity. Meanwhile, I was outside, investigating the flora and fauna. Everything was very peculiar, like it was from another world. The colors were so different, very blue and almost spectral. There were a lot of spiderwebs, or yarn, not sure which. Suddenly, the ground shook and almost knocked me off my feet. Who would have guessed there was pressure plates on those stairs? I wasn't paying attention and was too careless. One wrong step and the pressure plate triggered an explosion and... Clunk! The whole staircase began crumbling down into a pit of nothingness. Bit by bit, starting from the bottom. I rushed upwards to safety, away from the weird wizard abyss. I stumbled, and if it hadn't been for Hex, I'd be mush. He grabbed my hand and pulled me up. But he isn't really the strongest, so we almost tumbled down again, down together instead. I figured I couldn't just leave them to fall to their pathetic destiny. So I zoomed down and grabbed Hex by his collar and pulled both of him and Voyboy back up. Well, thank you for saving us, Nico. No problem, Voyboy. Don't get used to it. Didn't expect a trap like that. After all, a great wizard would want to protect the treasure. I guess we're a little too distracted by the gold hanging from the walls. The staircase ended in a wondrous library that spiraled endlessly higher, the tower's inside walls. We lost Hex at the bottom in the first row of books. A lot of them were drenched. Didn't seem like the tower was waterproof. There was still primordial water dripping from somewhere above. I couldn't make out the ceiling. Tried to reach it though. The second story of the spiral staircase library had 3 paths leading away. Each path ended in a door, and all 3 doors were closed and marked with runes or paintings or rusty old logs. I got sucked into looking at the library's beautiful murals. Each of them depicted a different story. One of them was a mosaic of mirrors. That one was my favorite. Watching Hex look at the books was like reading a thriller. Almost every second book was rigged with a trap, but he figured out the pattern quickly. Something Fibonacci, I don't know. IDK. Once I was able to pry myself away from the mirror, I started looking for spell things. I knew Hex was most interested in those, and you know, you help when you can. I didn't. I mostly looked at all the small treasures lying around. The wizard had this really cool staff with a chonker of a gemstone embedded at the top. Imagine the damage I could do with that. But I also found something else that was really cool. Here, take a look. Oh. Ooh, thunder in a bottle. It's so bright. What is that? A weather chart? Duh. It shows what the weather is like in another realm. I see. Let me guess. Avalon? I knew you'd get it. I found some spell scrolls. One of them had golden runes on it. Hex liked that one, but he didn't love it, you know? And then, nestled between a few red velvet armchairs, I found a glass case. It had a golden frame and a scroll placed inside, neatly in the middle. The scroll was floating and all that. I knew Hex was looking for more spells, so I called for him. As soon as I mentioned an oddly floating scroll, he came sprinting upwards, staring at the glass case. He already had another spell scroll tucked in his coat. Honestly, I was expecting him to be carrying half of the library at this point. But I guess that would have been too heavy for him. Of course, the stupid glass case was also a puzzle. Had no lock, no lid, no nothing. Just glass in a gold frame. The scroll itself was glowing in a prominent blue. I suggested breaking the glass. Hex gave me the finest death glare. So he investigated the puzzle himself. While they were doing boring side quests, I made sure to stuff my pockets. Found a jeweled silver paperweight shaped like a bird. That'll make for a great blunt weapon. Hex was too scared. We destroyed the scroll by triggering another contraption, so he suggested we look around in the adjacent rooms. They're riddle doors. Hex only had to look at them for a mere second before figuring them out. Apparently all those murals and runes were referencing a story hidden somewhere in the library. So he made us search for it. It was tricky. We didn't want to trigger the book traps after all. So it was like the library knew what would tempt us most. I kept seeing books about forgotten songs, rare instruments, and romantic poetry. And I saw books about burglary and fraud. Even had to tackle you to the ground one time so it wouldn't blow us all up. Who can resist a good scheme? I was kind of exciting. Seeing Hex pop up and down the stairs looking for the right book. First password was password. The second password was passwords past the password. And the third one was passwords past the password's password. What the heck? You wish, but no. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy to crack. Good for you. The first room was an alchemy lab. Just gonna glance over those passwords. Like, don't even mention security at this point. It's fine. The first room was an alchemy lab, full of apparatuses that I've never seen before. Most of the liquids had gone dry, but Hex insisted on taking whatever was left with us anyway. Wouldn't let me taste any though. The nerd was more interested in the study hidden behind the second room. He was really determined to crack all that old wizards and mysteries. We helped where we could, but listen. I only have like 3 brain cells. The soundscape of the tower was kind of depressing. Silence broken only by the dripping of water and the creaking. Second. So I sweetened it with a song. It was very easy to get into the flow with that bomb music, voyeur. Thank you. X didn't find a key to the glass case, but he at least found a blueprint showing how it was built. Maybe we can find out how to open it by using that. That'd be nice. He was pretty beaten up about everything though. Yeah, couldn't find what he was looking for. Not even the third room? No. That one was a gem. Didn't know wizards worked out. Probably where Reno kept hanging out. Maybe it was just a distraction from the hidden vault. Oh, hello, Gear. Hi. A hidden vault? Anything good in there? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. More than our arms could carry. Hello, back at work. I hope I can give you a nice side distraction while working. A bunch of artifacts, most of them probably cursed. Which makes them even cooler. But Inkeep, you don't even know the funniest part yet. Enlighten me. The whole time, the wizard had a spare key to the tower under the doormat. The oldest habit of all time, and we didn't even think about checking for it. I did, but I wanted them to find it for themselves. When I left the tower, I was at the beach with Jade. She arrived a while ago to pick us up, and I was teaching Onyx new tricks. She helped us heave all the loot onto a boat. We couldn't take everything with us, so we decided to head back there again another day. There's one thing that doesn't make sense in this equation though. That would be Iniko, Voy, and Hex traveled alone. Well, except for me, the stowaway. Yet, I found a fresh set of footprints by the coast. Before Jade ever arrived. Like there was a fifth person on the island. Maybe someone was there just shortly before us. We didn't even notice, lol. Just like we didn't notice Melina. I'm sorry for staying hidden for so long. Don't apologize. I think it just proved your skill as a detective. We've got a lot to learn from you. What a story. I can't wait to share it with Archie. I'll be on my way. Gotta check up on Hex and make sure he didn't accidentally take a book mimic home. You're coming with, Nico? Sure thing. So long, Kip. Goodbye, Innkeeper. Don't miss me too much. I'll try not to. Now it's just you and me, Innkeeper. Indeed. I'm glad you're back. You're making it sound like I was lost or kidnapped. It's just investigating. Without telling anyone? Don't need to tell anyone where I'm going. People care about you, Melly. They get worried if they don't know where you are. Oh. I'm not used to that. Oh, poor baby. But I care about people too. Like you. Oh, precious, I just wanna pet your head. She's so cute. Good to hear that. Melly. Hi, Aura. Hi, Dave. Oh, that name is so outdated. You're back. I am. Did you miss me? Did I? I was just very worried. What? You called me Melly. What about it? We've never done that before. Sorry. Wait, let me drink something real quick. Hello, Johnny. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, my friend. I hope you have a nice time here. You've never done that before. I'm sure I have. You even said you would never call me Melly. Just glad you're back. Welcome back to my tavern, Dave. That's a cute one. It's good, wie geht's? Ah, good to hear that you're doing good. I'm doing very well too. I'm just absolutely over the moon that Melly is back, our little goober cat friend here. She's so cute. She's so cute. I hope you enjoy your time here, Johnny. Yeah, I got it on my last quest. Dave, you made a good choice. I also went on a quest. Well, at first I wanted to find the moon swamps. You know, the mysterious magical swamp that is said to be magically hidden and only appears in foggy but starry nights. Oh my. What's this pop with my little eye? It's a Mini. Hello Mini. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. I'm doing very good. Just having a nice time right now playing Tavern Talk. I always have to concentrate a little bit when I'm saying the game's name because I've Tavern Talk, Traveler's Rest, like there's so many Tavern games. I constantly get confused. It is a very cozy and cute game, and I just absolutely love all the characters in this game. They're all so cute. Especially, like, Melly is the best. She's the best. Just the most adorable, and I just want to pet her head the entire time. I heard there's somewhere in the Moon Swamp, near the portal to the Twilight Chasm. Did you find anything? Reminds me of an anime character. I mean, I think I know what you mean, but I could also not tell you who. Did you find anything? No. I did find some weird wake markers made of bones that seem to lead somewhere. They had "Do not touch" written on them, and the paint even seemed fresh, so it looked like a perfect clue. But then suddenly, there were just gallons of waters everywhere. Take care of yourself. Thank you for the care package. Just sit up properly. And a little water. Luckily, I got away quick. And since I was already there, as Fiosa's best detective, it was my duty to discover the flood's origins. Well, at first, I was more of a stowaway than a detective, and I also couldn't figure out what... Don't storm off like that ever again, you understand? I was so worried and no one knew anything about your whereabouts. Now. Yeah. Oh no. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. It's just... I haven't cared about anyone in so long. And with you and Fable both suddenly gone, I didn't know what to do. I thought you didn't care. After you went away, even thought I asked you to be more careful. I thought maybe you didn't want to be my trusty assistant after all. So I went to investigate alone. I'm sorry for leaving. It's alright. I'm used to people leaving and not coming back. Oh no, Melly! Melly! It's so sad. Oh no. I do care, Melly. I'm just kinda new to this whole honesty thing. I'm kinda new to this whole empathy thing. Yeah, I figured. If you'd like, I could fix your drink to help you find your words again. Don't know if I'm up for trading another secret in exchange. It's on me today. They've got enough to worry about. So, let me see what I can do for you. Okay. Seems to like this one a lot, so we're gonna make this one again. Was it this one? No. This one. And a bit of this one. Sunny breeze. Bottoms up. Enjoy your magical liquid eloquence. It doesn't taste half bad. This might actually help. So, your quest? Jade said you were stranded on Molia? Yep. I followed 3 very suspicious looking fellows and somehow ended up on that island. Why do I always run into wizards and magic when I'm out on adventures? And traps. Magical traps everywhere. Sounds very dangerous. A detective's always seeking thrills. I'll make sure to be more careful, I promise. It's not about that. I know. You know how to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't have solved the T-Rex case. But don't keep putting your own life at risk in exchange for a quick adventure. Luckily, nothing major happened this time. This all could have ended very differently. I know. All I'm saying is, don't disappear again. Please. You're not alone anymore. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Like you want to talk? I mean, I think Dave has a point though. Even though they're guilty themselves. Both of you are. But you two have also made a lot of progress already. And I'm glad both of you made it back safely. Got anything from Fable yet? No, not yet. What about Kellyn? She came back after the flood. Currently, she's investigating some undead sightings in the Pale Woods. Do you know when she'll be back? No, but the two of you can wait here for her if you want. Yes, please. I want to stay until Kellyn gets back. Alright, I'll keep you company. How about I spice up your wait with another drink? I'll pass. Oh, but I'd like one, please. Of course. What do you want anything specific? That whole adventure was pretty exhausting. Maybe something to combat my mental tiredness? Nothing easier than that. Something for the brains. Some brain juice. I think the Sparkling Nebula. 2 pinches Charisma, 3 pinches Wisdom. I need that right now. Okay, I'm gonna... It's also funny that Andu sparkled a bit. We're gonna get you one of those too, Chris, don't you worry. Let's see if this will wake you up again. Oh, thank you. This is delicious. I can feel my synapses connecting. You know, now that I have had some time to think about it, I think I figured out why Hex was so bummed about the loot. Care to share insight with us? But of course. He has a younger sister, right? Which always struck me as odd. She looks so much older than him. So what if she's just ages faster than he does? And he expected to find some very special loot in the Wizard Tower. I mean, honestly, I did actually figure that. We know, like, Hex and Grace both are half elves. But Hex actually got the elf genes that makes him live longer. Which, and Grace does not. She has, like, the human genes for her age. So she does live only, like, the time of humans. Just learned what Xbox news console gonna be priced at, man. We actually talked about this at the beginning of the stream. Because we're talking about like consoles, and I heard that too about like Xbox newest console that's it's going to be priced at $1,200, which is just insanity. I don't know why all those companies think this is a good idea. Like, although I can assume why. They probably saw that Nintendo got away with so much with their newest console and still had record-breaking sales. And so the other companies think, oh, we might as well pull the same stunt. Seems to work after all. That's at least my guess. At that point, you might as well get your own PC. At least then you can mod it. I was talking about it earlier too. That consoles are more for more casual gamers on average. Not exclusively, but you know, they're more aimed towards more casual players. And a casual player will not just drop $1,200 on a console. Because like this is an amount of money that does not make sense. Period. So yeah, sorry. I don't know what Xbox is currently on about, also like the whole Game Pass thing. I don't know what is going on. It's just stupid. It's insanely stupid. And I mean, I'm of the firm opinion this will not go good for long. Like at one point they'll be like, no. Like people are not going to buy this stuff anymore. Pretty sure about it. It's just my assumption. I don't know. I was never a console player myself. The only consoles I ever got was Nintendo, which I will also not be doing anymore ever since Switch 2 came out. The most thing I will do in regards to Nintendo is that I might get like a new game for the normal Switch. I plan on streaming a few Switch games in the future too, the older ones, but Switch 2, nah. Definitely not. It's already off the Xbox wagon, and when that Xbox One fiasco happened, yeah, there was also something, wasn't there? I was never on the like console train. Just like even like thinking back, I always played on PC. Always. It's always a nerd like that. He expected to find some very special loot in that Wizard Tower, but he didn't find it. So, what if he was looking for something to extend her life? Like a scroll of immortality. What a foolish idea. Hey! Not you, Hex. Even if it's tempting, those are powers that should not be interfered with. Yeah, immortality is... like the concept of immortality doesn't seem good. Especially if you're the only one that's immortal. I agree. What if she turns into a zombie? I've had enough of them. Definitely. We should tell him when we see him again. Or maybe we should tell Kaelin when she returns. She seems to be experienced with dealing with the undead. You think it will be long before she gets back? I don't know. Could be very soon, but it could also take a few more days. You've had a long day. Aren't you tired, Melly? No. I'm not tired. At all. Let's wait for a bit, a little longer. Maybe she'll show up. Be able with her. That's good. Did she fall asleep? Yeah. Oh, Melly. Maybe we should bring her home and wrap this up for tonight. That's a good idea. Should get her some rest as well. Let you know if I hear anything about Kalin or Fable. Alright. That's not much for me. There's not much for me to do otherwise. Except care for Melly. She needs you. Yeah. I think you might be right. Good night, Div. You know? Forget about it. See ya. Poor Melly fell asleep. It was a long day. I'm glad she's okay. I'm so glad she's okay. I was actually worried. Act 3, Twilight Flood. Chapter 21. Disaster, Tea, and Revelation. 31st, the Astral Moon. Oh! I haven't seen those two in a while. Clay and Alternate Universe Rena is here. Welcome back, it's good to see you both again. All your enthusiasm. We bring tales of disaster. Was the fact Xbox One basically could be boiled down to we want you online all the time and we don't want you to play used games. So it's basically like, yeah, I mean, I don't know what those companies actually think. All with shareholders in mind, probably. I don't know. But Tales of Disaster? I don't mind a little disaster in my tales after all. After all, you tell them so well. She really does. As to you, Clay. Thank you. I hope my stories are as good as your drinks. They are. Speaking of which, can I offer you a drink in exchange for a little insight into your disaster? That'd be great. Something that makes you feel strong and magical, right? You remembered. Yes, that one please. Coming right up. So I think we gave him this one. Oh, wait, this was a bit too much. This one's missing. Sailor's courage. What is up? I must now lurk. Alrighty then. Enjoy your lurk and thank you for taking your time to interact a bit in chat. Hope you have a fun stream. I will try my best. And I hope you have a relaxing work day. Or as relaxing as possible. Something tasty and strong, but hopefully not disastrous. Very tasty. Really got the best drinks around. Thank you for the hydrate redeem, Sony. Happy to hear that, Clay. Tia, you're bursting at the seams. How were the archives? Fun. Were they? Mayhaps. The bleak stalkers were bleak. Cute. Cute. Very. Jay told us where to find the entrance to the archives. But when we got there, we found it surrounded by bleak stalkers. They were quite numerous. And so shaped. So we decided to ask them if they could let us through. And I thought he might need some help with that. So I called on your honey flowers and extended my divine light to him. He's still pretty good. Yeah, I like the contrast between the two of them. Like he seems like the absolute meathead, but he's like the sweetest guy there is, and always like, oh, cute animals, and I don't want to hurt everybody, and always like be friends with everybody. And she's like this very strict, devout person who has a soft side, like hard shell, soft exterior basically, and they complement each other so well. He's literally baby girl himbo. Yeah, absolutely. He absolutely is. I love it. Like they make such a nice contrast to each other. But before we continue, actually, ads are about to start, and I need to take a little quick break myself. So we're gonna have a couple minutes break right now. Get something to drink, get something to snack if you need to, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. And we are back. Honestly, I need a little break just now to really uncrack my spine from sitting the entire time. I have to say, I was sitting a lot before I started stream today because I was working on other stuff on a PC. What a wholesome looking barbarian. Yeah, that's Clay. Like the absolute definition of like a bimbo, no, bimbo himbo sweetheart. Soft, I love him. Yeah, he is like absolutely like adorable. It's just such a sweetheart. Let's continue though. So I call on your honey flowers, and I extended my divine light to him. I made him glow softly, and they all flocked to him, like moths to a gentle flame. Did you know they have velvet wings as they flood? As they can fold into their bodies? I didn't. That's fascinating. They were so cuddly and showed off their crawling skills in exchange for carrots. I asked them if they'd like to be our tour guides, and they were so excited. They'd never been tour guides before, and at first they thought it'd involve eating people. I might have acted a bit standoffish when trying to correct their misconception. Clay was able to convey the message much better. He's very good at explaining things. But not great at explaining. Oh my god, no, we're not gonna insult Clay here. I think he really understands people. And that helps him meet them where they're at. I try to. Everyone has their own way of understanding things. I think that's beautiful. Don't insult the baby. I could never. Like, he's way too precious. No, we protect him. I envy your empathetic approach to life, Clay. Thank you. Thank you, but you got your own strengths. Man has 20 charisma, yeah. Like 20 net charisma though. Like every damn. Honestly, I kind of ship the two of them too. Like I think they would make such a cute couple. Like how you're a master of strategy, or how you're so good at making people feel safe. She got the plushies. Yeah, she absolutely does. I suppose we make a great team. The best, I might say. We made a great team with the Bleak Stalkers still. They led us right into the archives, which were huge. Large parts of the Everbloom had collapsed, but even the explorable sections were unbelievably spacious. We had no time for a proper tour, unfortunately. We had to make it back in time for the barbecue after all. That meant we had to be efficient during our search. Though we did take a break to admire the artist's hall the creatures excitedly led us to. We found abandoned pottery equipment that distracted us a little too much. Using more time than was perhaps appropriate, we molded tiny versions of the little critters as a gift to them. They loved them. Oh my god, they even like made like little clay dolls. Oh my god. Afterwards we split up to cover more ground. Each of us was guided by a group of bleak stalkers. A dangerous choice. That's when the monsters get you. That's what Clay said, so I enchanted the friendship bracelets. Oh yeah, you can see them like each of the, I think those are the friendship bracelets Clay crafted for them. Here's Clay's on his left arm and here's Tia's. Like with the green pearls here. I love those little details in the game that, oh, like they get new like bracelets and something and they're actually like visible on the character. This is so cute details. That way they would always sense in which direction the other person was located. So neither of us would get lost. It was so smart. It was. Very useful. I see. You kept your own. You kept yours on. Did? They really helped with navigating around the archives too. It's a beautiful place, you know. I mean, everything's overgrown with vines or withered and full of termites. But we could still tell how much care had gone into building it. Some of the tree branches had leaves on them, and I saw a couple of stubborn lotus daisies trying to break through around the rocks. I taught the bleak stalkers how to water them. They loved drinking out of the watering can, but I also enjoyed sharing their water with the lotus daisies. Hopefully they grow stronger again soon. What a shame all that effort that went into building the archives was for nothing. She's constantly blushing, that's so cute. On her smile though, she's like a little bit concerned, but she has a very nice smile. But it wasn't. It meant something to someone once. And I could still feel that love in it, even during our visit. Maybe it'll even bloom again. It's called the Everbloom, right? Like forever. I wonder who named it. We should go back sometime and see if we can find any information about the archivists. I bet they knew some great drinking games. Perhaps we should honor their contributions by studying the knowledge they left behind. Why not both? There should be people first, symbols seconds. Oh, yes. I guess both would work too. Good idea, Clay. What else did you find in the archives, besides friends and the beauty and horror of time, I mean? I got a little distracted when I asked our new friends to point me towards the cooking section. It was so vast. I found so many new bread recipes I can't wait to try out. I also found something for you. For me? Yes, a recipe from a book of mixology. First I thought about taking the whole thing along, but it was a giant tome and the bleak stalkers were so attached to it. So I just ripped out the page that looked the most interesting. We thought it would fit your repertoire. Last whisper. I think it does, thank you very much. As for me, I asked them to lead me towards dangerous knowledge, and soon found myself in a hidden study. The bleak stalkers didn't want to go inside, like they were scared of its content. So I rewarded them with some treats and ventured inside alone. It was a complete mess, full of scriptures, scrolls, and written ramblings that would be forbidden these days. A little exciting and worrying. The papers I was able to translate spoke of apocalypse, of the end of it all. There was research on the roots of the ether tree and how to unbind them, written with shaking hands and fading ink. Was this more of a scholarly or a mad scientist type of research? Hard to tell. The line tends to blur with blasphemy. Do you know a lot about the Aether Tree? Because Tia gave me a whole presentation about it. I wouldn't mind a refresher. It's a giant tree. Thank you, Clay. Good start. Would you like a reminder? Yes, please. It's a giant tree. Thank you. Now I got it. A world tree. That means our world rests on it. In it, around it, somewhere. Like the layers of Yggdrasil. In it, mostly. Depends on who you ask. The dragons guard the tree because they created it? Maybe. But definitely because they care for us. And since we live in it, it should keep existing as it does now, because no one wants the house to crumble. It's a what? It's a what tree? What do you mean? Since we live in it, it should keep existing as it does now, cause no one wants the house to crumble. A lot of people would get hurt if something happened to everyone's home. That's true, but luckily for us, damaging the ether tree isn't possible. It's larger than we could ever imagine. To us, it's really more of a concept than a tree. And the dragons defend it. Despite their oath of neutrality, there are no easy foes. There's one way. The sigils of Alcahest. The what now? The sigils of Alcahest. They are the key to destroying the ether tree. According to the scrolls I studied under the archives. Archives candlelight. Are they some sort of spell? More of a manual to a self-fulfilling prophecy. A way of breaking the cosmos in accordance with its own rules. For the tree to crumble, its foundation must be fractured. The 5 sigils of Alcahest represent the 5 dragons, each of which must be damaged to topple our world's balance. Only then can our cosmos reshape itself. The scroll spoke of experiments for creating a sigil, unsuccessful experiments. That is reassuring. Not quite. They were only unsuccessful back then. Next to the notes I found... No, to the notes of old I found others, written in cleaner, newer parchment, with unfaded ink. Much of it was incomprehensible, written in languages I've never seen before. But various sketches of whales caught my eyes, as did altered frostbite scrolls. That sounds unsettlingly for it, the whale they encountered, yeah. I fear the starfall broke a sigil. By ripping holes into Cassiopeia's wings, it destabilized her flight. If she's damaged any further, time could be sent into disarray. Meanwhile, the tsunami, like I heard, didn't just plunge the archives. The waves broke down the barrier between the primordial sea and the Twilight Chasm, in ways never seen before. So that's 2 sigils, 2 broken sigils. It's not good. That's what an incredible understatement. Witness one such sigil fracture would be anxiety-inducing enough. Knowing it happened to 2 will keep me up for many nights. Not 2, it's 3. 3? Along the notes, I found an old map with fresh markings. The names were outdated, but the intention was clear. Marked were the 5 interplanetary portals. 30 years ago, a sudden appearance tore fissures into Gaia. I believe they were the first sigil. Bad, right? Very. Who could have done this? I don't know. And why of all things? If the Aether Tree collapses, or even shifted from its perfect balance, destruction would end us all. Who would want that? No one thinking rationally, that's for sure. They might have a good reason for it. Maybe we can talk them out of it. I doubt it. Me too. Whoever it may be that's causing this, they only have 2 sigils left. Would be quite bad, right? Don't they say that waking the Elder Dragon will start the apocalypse? They do. I feel like there's too many ways to start the apocalypse. That's true. Maybe they're all connected. And waking will break the last sigil. Although, I'd like to think breaking all the sigils is indeed impossible. Because it's impossible to reach Tuat in the spirit realm, correct? It's not exactly impossible. One can make it to the spirit dragon via the astral sea at the dawn of the dying moon. That's in 5 days, right? Yes, but worry not. To reach such a specific location within the astral realm, very specific rituals are necessary. And Gaia's portal to Cassiopeia is indispensable. That portal is located in and safely protected by the Aperture, the stronghold of the Order of the Starlight. And its rituals must be performed with outstanding accuracy to withstand the treacherous astral currents. Only the highest ranking member of the Order are privy to this knowledge. And I guarantee you, all of us would rather die than aid in the destruction of this world. If the rest of them are half as stubborn as you are, I think we are well protected. Exactly. That's good then. The rest is worse. What's bad is that we don't know who's behind this. Or why. By the dragons and the endless horizon, anyone would desire something so wild. Can already sense your next quest. But can I offer you a drink first? Your throat must be dry from all this exposition. I wouldn't say no to a drink. Perhaps something that will keep my mind intact. Defended from lunacy. Feel like I'm going mad. Say no more. Something defensive. Steel tonic. Let's make this one. So we need a splash of this, a splash of this. Stoneface saying I think I'm going mad is hell of a moment. Yeah, I mean this is really concerning. Let's better help her out so that she doesn't actually go mad. Thank you for the hydrate. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing gonna happen. That's fine. A delicious defense against the absurdity of evil plots. Thank you. This makes me feel a little less conspiratorial. Get me this drink too. They all look so cool though. I really like the cup. I would like to have like this cup. I need a briefer. You know what else would make for a great briefer? Babel's barbecue? Exactly. You're right. That would be quite pleasant right now. Just get me all the drinks. Yeah, I get that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think the barbecue is happening today. Babel hasn't returned from their quest yet. Oh. What quest are they on? Finding Melina. But we just saw Melina on the way here. Perhaps they found another quest while out. Terrorism can be infectious like that. Innkeep. What kind of drink did you mix them? None. Maybe we should go look for them. Maybe so. Yeah, honestly, please do. I'm honestly worried. I'm honestly worried about Fable by now. Is she a lizard person or something? As she is a seraph, I think. Wait, let me check real quick. She's a seraph, yeah. So she's basically like devoted to the dragon. She's like a dragon devotee and does the scales. No one has seen them in days. And the last thing I said to them, I'd hate for those words to be the last, to stay the last. Please help me find them. Of course, I'm sure they could slay any monsters without us. But some extra hands couldn't hurt. But you'll have to deliver your apology yourself. Slay the beast when it comes to it. Very fair. Very well. But first, we must solve our urgent sigil problem. I feel like we're just missing one piece. Oh! It's been a while, Kyle. A piece of what? Cake? I'd like to order my usual cake, innkeeper. I don't serve cake. Never have. Oh, maybe you should. Another delicious delicacy would be... Also still no blood. Oh. The sorrow I'm feeling almost equals the grief I felt after the vampire glitter competition of 1389. Oh? I had run out of glitter. I could serve you one of my usual drinks to elevate some of that heartache. That would be splendid. I'd like something that enhances my immortal strength. No shopping bags should hold me back today. I see what I can do. That's Kyle, the slightly, I think he's not senile, he's just very confused most of the time. He wants straight. Let's give him the cursed coffee. I would like to see what happens. I'm oscillating between liking him and wanting the cleric to turn him. He's just a bit confused. He's just a bit confused. It's fine. Just how he is. So, what infusion? So, we need more strength. And some of the wisdom juice. God knows he needs it. I think this is one drink I don't want. This thing looks toxic. With the death cloud above it. Here, with all the strengths of the raging fire. Are we making a Mulan reference? All the strength of a raging fire. I'll make a man out of you. It is a cursed coffee, that is true. Thank you, dear innkeeper. My blood is boiling with euphoria. Any particular reason for your shopping trip? A very particular one, dear innkeeper. It's a matter of life and death. I must head to purchase this wondrous substance known as comfort food immediately. He still has the slime on him too. Like, ever since we met him, like, it's been over a month and he still has the slime on him. I guess it's his friend, I don't know. Comfort food. Do you know what comfort food is? Guy being slowly eaten by the slime? No, the slime is just chilling. He's just chilling. I haven't the slightest idea, but it is rumored to restore your mortals back to full health. I'm afraid Ria will perish should she not receive it. That sounds serious. Has she fallen ill? A fatal case of something she called being in the zone. I assume it's highly dangerous. She refuses to move away from her drawing board for over a year now. She even threw me out of the room upstairs when I offered her a blood pellet snack. So, I mean, first of all, like, it's been like a week since we last saw her when she went out on a quest. She is not... Second, you don't know her even for a year as far as I'm aware. And third, she's a dwarf. I don't think she eats blood pellet snacks. How will her body handle another year without food? I have some good news for you. Ria hasn't been sketching for a year. You guys checked in yesterday. How fortunate! She hasn't been sketching for a year, Kyle. You just came here yesterday. What? This guy's too much for me, honestly. And as for your legendary item, you should ask her about it. Generally, everyone has a different idea of what they consider comfort food. How wondrous! Though something tells me you should give me her, you should give her some time before you go upstairs. Well, something tells me you should give her some time to, before you go up to ask her. Oh, why? Call it intuition. I don't think intuition is a very good name, innkeeper. Want me to have... Want to help me find a better one? Of course, I'll think of one before the next 80 years are up. Thank you. I shall remain for a while. And once I've acquired the correct comfort food, I will make sure my friend eats every last bite. Yeah, so Fable is still missing, by the way. Like a vampiric mother hen to a vampiric chick. I don't know there were vampire chickens. They aren't. Do you know them for certain? Yes. I could have sworn the ones at my family's estate had fangs. Chickens can't develop teeth. And I had thought we were comrades in blood hunger. Chickens are still very fascinating all on their own. Did you know that they have very colorful dreams? Oh, that's nice. I once helped the wild hen with her dream journal. I'll introduce you to sometimes. My favorite thing about chickens is that they purr when they're happy. What job? Like, Sunny is that you beneath all that, like, himbo, like, muscles? Sounds like something Sunny would say. What charming creatures. The more I learn, the more they remind me of vampires. So simple, sweet, and ferocious. Yet their origin harbors one of the greatest mysteries of life. What came first? The chicken or the egg? The egg. The egg. The egg. I'm going to win. I'm intellectually withdrawing myself from this conversation. But yeah, eggs existed before chickens. Simple as that. But unlike this unsolved mystery, I do know how vampires were created. Would you mind elaborating? Weren't you intellectually withdrawing? As a cleric of Cassiopeia, humility is a lifelong objective that I strive towards. As such, I must admit when I need to concede words spoken in haste. Which would be now, I suppose. Please, Kyle, if you wouldn't mind expanding on what you just said. Certainly. It must have been over 5 centuries ago when a scholar stole some of the immortal blood of the dragons. The scholar offered it to Queen Annabeth, who would become the vampire's monarch. I never heard of Queen Annabeth. I think that was just the plot of a really challenging board game, Kyle. Oh, you're right. So then, Mike was real after all? Mike? Yes, it's all coming back to me now. Is it the first vampire that walked the world was the infamous Mikhail. But most called him Mike. He had a very close connection to the spirit dragon and his domain. Eventually, Mike struck a deal with Tuat. In exchange for guarding the dragon's realm, he would get to live forever. But it didn't work out, I guess. Old Mike didn't read the fine print. The spirit dragon turned out to be a trickster. Tuat turned him into a new form of undead creature, invulnerable to age and disease, but still weak to the blade. Blood was the only thing he could stomach to consume, and with time even sunlight became intolerable. Mike was no longer welcome among the living, but the dead didn't want him either. And that's how the first vampire was created. Fascinating. There's so little known about the spirit dragon and his realm. Kyle, just how do you possess knowledge that's considered ancient by today's standards? What knowledge? The knowledge you just told us about. I stumbled upon it in a grimoire I bought the other day at the local bookstore. Nope, that's the vampire romance book Carolyn recommended to you. Try again. Jesus Christ, Kyle, you cannot take anything serious that comes from this guy. But of course, dear Evelyn was such a history fanatic. How could I not pick up a few stories that was one of her favorites? I still dream of her deathly beauty and beautiful countenance as she narrated tales until the intruder stopped screaming. What are you on about? She always told the story of the progenitor, Mike, so softly. She would cradle a vial of blood and her tone would turn so reverent. A secret to share just with me, she would say. Oh. I didn't mean to break the last oath between us as well. I'm sure we can help you keep this a secret, right? A secret between friends. Secrecy is how we can repay you for sharing this with us, and so be it. Since you seem to have been very close to her, I wanted to let you know. We traveled past Morrow Castle on our way back. It looked awfully damaged. The destruction looked so fresh, if only we had passed by earlier. Clay even spotted a heavily armored silhouette, a short distance away from the remain of the castle walls. We hurried over as quickly as possible, but the shadow was gone by the time we got there. As it was, only rubble remained. Was my dear Evelyn unharmed? We don't know. We don't know. The castle looked abandoned, like a ruin. By Evelyn. What a horrid fiend could have inflicted such damage. She must have fought back fiercely. May her opponent suffer twice the damage inflicted upon her. What I wouldn't give to know her safe. I think I need to go ask Rhea about her comfort food. And he's gone. He's always too confusing to talk to. Let's give him some time to come to terms with what he just learned. He probably forgets it in an hour. Tops. Oh! Greetings, brave adventurers. A great morrow, Gamekeeper. There seems to be a few more bones than usual with you, Scully. You observe correctly, my friend. They're wonderful party gifts, aren't they? Sure are. Explains woefully, little Scully. Can't bring me up to speed, Kellen. Nah. You'll survive being left hanging for a few more minutes. You're bullying me. You're bullying your innkeeper, Kellen. Patience, young innkeeper. Scully has been waiting to tell you this story since we left the Pale Woods. I'll try to compose myself. This tale deserves the cracking of every last one of my rhetorical knuckles. Let us recount the tale properly, Dame Kellen. Hang on. I think I could go for one of those drinks first. That can be arranged. Something to keep my strength up. I don't get to flex my muscles much during this quest. Sorry. I think I drank a bit too much again. I always drink so much during stream, which I guess is good, but... A good one might net you a story. No pressure, Kellen. So, I was trying to mix it up a bit with the drinks, so... let's do a good old Southern Brawl. Nothing too complicated this time. More something to calm down. Bottoms up, Southern Brawl. A great drink for a great story. Aren't you lucky? I like to think luck has nothing to do with it. Perhaps not. I might have something else to cheer you up. Oh? Mellie's back. Oh. Relieved? Like a great sword's been lifted from my shoulders. Is she alright? Yes, though you might prefer to see her yourself. She and Dave left me the address to give to you. Who? Ah, you know them. Right, got it. Only one person who could fit such an uninspired name. They better have apologized to Melly or else. You'll find out the details yourself. Just don't keep them waiting for too long. Don't need to tell me that. People isn't back yet? No. Sure taking their time. Feel like looking for them yet? No. They're capable. Just my patience is starting to wear thin. You had some to begin with? You're pretty chatty for someone within a greatsword distance. Right. Can I interest you in one of my drinks as well, Scully? With a offer like that, my friend, how can a skeleton say no? Perhaps something to enhance my aura? I would like to proclaim the tale proper justice. Okay, so something charismatic. Something charismatic. Ah, 1,000 wins it is. Nope, nope. And charisma. 1,000 wins. Bottoms up. Please enjoy. Oh my! They say manners marketh a man, but this drink alone has invigorated me plenty. I can almost feel the warmth of flesh on my bone again. Pleasure to be of service. Don't question it. Don't question it, Chris. Just don't. I think we had like this discussion with him the first time he was here in the tavern. Just don't question it. You know, I mean, if you look closely, I think you can see that like his eyebrows are also nailed on, and I also know for a fact that like the mustache is also not attached. So like there's like, don't question him. It's Scully. It's the only answer you need. Our quest was confusing. Inspiring. My favorite flavor of quest. Not enough fighting for my opinion. Felt like my muscle were wasting away on the way back here. The only question is, why is the head so damn tall? I mean, I think he's a relative of Dark Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Let a man have his cylinder, you know? If he enjoys it, it suits him. Bro, it's a TF2 player, it's also possible. You know, you never know what this guy was up to when he was a living. But the most important muscle of all received a superb workout. The brain. You have a brain? Metaphorically for me, of course. Ah, okay. I've been wondering about that actually. No. We're not gonna get started on that topic. See, that's exactly, like, we're not gonna get started on the topic of like Scully's anatomy. Like this is, you know, just. I have to agree, my friend. Let's not get distracted. No, I would be delighted to share my theories with your innkeeper. Let me know when you have an hour to spare. Or 5. Now, back to the task at hand. We started by making our way westwards. Our progress was slow. A complication? Yeah. Oh, I never seen this face of him before. Yes, quite a few. Before embarking on our journey, I was woefully ignorant about the plight of the Feosan farmers. The less than ideal weather conditions. The flood that ruined a lot of crops. And now this pesky undead problem. I was stricken with apathy with their struggles. The least I could have done was to offer up our means of transportation for any soul looking for a better life further north. Muted back, yeah, that's quite accurate. So we switched carriages. 3 times. By the 3rd time we had gotten so far, of course, it took us a whole day just to get back on track on foot. But once our hike was over, we did get to spend a wonderful afternoon with Dame Carlin's cousin, Lady Danica. That was nice, I guess. The cousin with the undead snail problem, yes? Did you manage to liven up the garden for her? Sure did. Just had to set out some cabbages to lead them somewhere. We wouldn't be damaging any crops, and with just one magnificent strike, Truly a sight to behold. It was just some undead snails. No need to have gotten so excited. To match the excitement, Lady Danica served us some positively delightful cups of tea. Better than any accommodating finger sandwiches were some... What? Better than any accompanying... I can't read anymore. Blah, blah. Better than any accompanying finger sandwiches were some new facts I gleaned from observing the snails. They even lack souls. They just displayed some pack behavior. They acted nothing like real animals, of course. But somehow I was struck with empathy for their plight. And thank you for the hydrate redeemed, Chris. It is desperately needed. I can already tell you after this day I need to stop, because especially with all the voices, like my throat gets actually exhausted. To unconsciously seek out the manner of instinctual actions, despite the lack of anything to grant them a conscious objective. Is there a more transparent yearning for purpose than that? My apologies. It appears what I have said about old age is true. You can't help but philosophize. And you couldn't help but relate. In a way. One can't help but wonder whether any choice I make is truly my own or just a post-mortem reflex of these old bones. Perhaps even my thirst for knowledge. And yet your enjoyment of it seems genuine. Truly, innkeeper, you have a way with words. Just lots of experience. Though that may be, my worries seem rather foolish now. I count myself as quite a fruititious, that despite all that my memory lacks, I can delight in learning it all again. Does it really matter where such an urge comes from? Anyhow, my apologies, Dame Carlin. I completely derailed our epic tale. Allow me to make up for it by continuing post-haste. We departed after a lovely cup of tea and finally headed for the Pale Woods. Lady Danica provided us with a cart and a trusty steed. A cow with the most lovely temperament. Heidi? Anna? Her name was Lieselot. Why are you licking yourself when you talk about the cow? Callan, why are you licking your tongue? Hey, what did you do to Lieselot? Oh no. I made sure to greet the gentleman that passed us on our way to the woods. What a magnificent shadow armor he was wearing. Something about it felt oddly familiar. Perhaps it was only my hope that we would look just as gallant after our quest. Lieselot vanquilly took us to the edge of the forest, where maliciousness permeated the very air we breathed. What he meant is, it stunk. Really bad. We left Lieselot there, sparing her the stench seemed like the right thing to do. And forth we ventured. Didn't take a long time to find what we're looking for. The place was crawling with them. Just explained the horrendous smell. For some reason, the miasma didn't seem to bother me much. Probably because of the lack of a nose. Most respectfully, you don't have a nose. Okay, you do not have a nose. Oh, of course. Anyways. there was a vertebrate horde before us, an army of undead creatures shambling their way through the forest. 1 or 3 at a time. They were awfully interested in those trees, it's true. I was itching to tear into them. But remembering the plan, I stepped back with a hand on my greatsword. The crucial part of a successful negotiation is that you don't go into it blind. And so we observed. The undead creatures were displaying similar patterns to those snails. They weren't just stumbling around senselessly. They seemed to be following a pack leader, a representative. That simplified things considerably. My first course of action was clear. I let Dame Carlin know of my intentions. Seemed reasonable enough. While I circled the group to get the leader at the front, she remained hidden in the shadow of the thicket. I walked up to the leader, another skeleton, making sure I displayed an open and respectful disposition. I suppose they were not open and respectful in return. Nope. Before I could even react, the skeleton had bitten down on Scully's arm. Agony. Is what I would have said if I hadn't been protected by the frost armor and your excellent drink mixing skills. Always glad to hear my drinks are protecting my clients on their quests. My friend, your drinks are astonishingly potent, maybe too potent. As soon as the undead creature bit down, their teeth shattered upon impact. The leader recoiled immediately. All the others surrounding us froze. The leader fell to the ground, cradling their face with their hands. Curiously, when they regained composure, their expression was filled with joy. Still, no idea how I can read an expression on a skull. They were actually quite expressive for a skeleton. They mostly express themselves through vibes. It sounds like some of your usual nonsense. But this time, I'm almost willing to believe you. Excuse me, but what exactly are vibes, my friend? Have fun explaining that one. I guess you can think of it as some kind of aura that someone gives off. Fascinating. That sounds quite powerful. Could one harvest them like magic? Let's get back to the story. The teeth shattering was quite worrying. It made me re-examine the bite marks on the trees surrounding us. Peculiarly, the bite marks were quite a bit more shallow than what we have seen in other parts of the forest. Which means all those undead creatures had several dental issues. Of course. The leader was so happy because the frost armor's chill was stilling their pain. So they were gnawing on trees because they all had a toothache? Is that what you're telling me? The others' teeth were also truly in poor condition. And looking at their behavior, they seemed to be causing them severe pain. Coupled with their hunger for trees, it became a never-ending cycle of suffering. It should have never gotten so bad. I asked them why they hadn't reported the issue to their necromancer. It was clearly starting to impact the fulfillment of their objective. They got them really heated. They tried to rip Scully apart again. But Dame Carlin skillfully resolved the situation with a bit of intimidation. It turns out, they didn't even have dental. Scandalous! Skeletons without dental! Unbelievable! What has the world come to? Callan? I'll move Scully on this one. They had no benefits. Nothing. They were just expect to be quiet and follow orders. Doesn't sound right to me. It's a scam. That's what it is. No sick leave, no compensation, no pity. What is hiding in America? The American skeletons. Oh no. Oh no. No dental, no sick leave, no compensation, no PTO, nothing. We have an ad break coming up, so we're gonna make like a little break right now. I can really start to feel it like in my throat and everything. If like the over exaggerated talking I'm constantly doing. Like the muscles on the side and everything. Wait, let me just check some. Okay, whatever. Like, not to question things. I mean the concept of like having no dental and everything, like I mean this is now a very European thing to say. I am aware of that, I do apologize. But you know, hearing that oh, you got no dental here and I'm like what does that mean? Like the first time I was hearing like one of the work benefits is dental and I was so confused what it meant. Because I mean I know that dental is like with the teeth and everything, but what do they mean with dental? Like get the like special dental care? You have like their personal dentist? What does this mean? Well, at one point then I found out that like, you know, normal American healthcare apparently does not provide for dental. Or it is like some exclusive service. This is so convoluted. America. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a naive European. There's someone who gets very tired. I hope the day ends soon here. Yeah, like the first day or the second day were relatively quick, but this one kind of drags on a lot. Not in a bad way necessarily, but I really want to get to an end. I don't want. I mean, I could like save between the during the day too, but I always like to keep it like I don't like to do it during the day because then I'm completely out of the conversation. LuxTaleor, why do you keep drinking my water? I have a 0.5 liter glass and it's always empty and I have to keep refilling it. I mean, mine's also empty again. I also have like a half a liter glass, it's also empty again. But it's not normal water, it's actually elderberry juice. I mean, it's very heavily like diluted with water. It's like 95% water, if not more. But I'm not drinking your water. But it's good that you're drinking so much water. It's very good for you. So, ad break's almost over. Welcome back from ad jail, everybody. I hope that hope your all's day was not too unpleasant. I hope the ads weren't too annoying. And as per my non-existing contract, I have to say, God, I wish I could turn the ads completely off on the channel. But hey, it is what it is. They didn't want to hear that. We are doing what we love. We don't need any fancy benefits. You should have seen the state they were in. They couldn't even take a proper jump out of the trees out of bark anymore. What would have happened when their teeth deteriorated even further? The necromancer would replace them with another undead creature in a heartbeat. That was when Scully really got him, I think. The words were just pouring out of my mouth, and I was elated. They were the right ones. The light reflecting off the frost armor really dazzled them too. Any skeleton worth the calcium should be able to acquire such armor. They needn't be bound to such necklets and necromancers. My apologies. It appears I somewhat lost my composure just now. You might soon be in contact with the host of the first UFU gathering, Innkeeper. Union for the Undead. UFU 7055. Never forget your roots. You're welcome to visit anytime. I think they really want to improve the situation. Most respectably, they promise to leave the Pale Woods alone as well. One of the UFU's goal is to find more sustainable ways to deal with their obsession eventually. They're heading for the Necromancer now. There are a bunch of demands to settle. Oh god, the skeletons unionized against the Necromancer, Jesus Christ. They graced us with a great deal of a party gift before we left. We got the Hallux and broke off one, we got the Hallux that broke off of one of them when they were attacking Dame Callan. The leader gave me the teeth he wouldn't put back into the skull. Oh, and his eyeball. Delightful. I'm overjoyed we managed to resolve our quest in a peaceful manner. Can't deny your solution was pretty effective. Good to know you're both happy with how it ended. Those are the outcomes I most enjoy hearing about from my patrons. Oh. But we did get you something as well, Innkeeper. Right. Here. The tree looked really chewed on and dead. But the berries seemed like they were thriving. They are the ones Elfie is going on about. Not like they're here to appreciate them now. So I guess you can have them now. Just send some aside to make Fable a drink when they're back. Sounds fair. Ghostberry unlocked. Also, while I was plucking the berries, the spirits of the trees gave us a little keepsake. Because they were so glad we stopped all that gnawing. Sadly, I don't have any more storage space left in my head. Ah, so that's why the head is so big. It's like a storage space. So we wanted you to have it as well. Now we can always indulge in sweet memories whenever we visit. Oh, new memento. Woo! Looks cool. I think I just know the place for it. Thank you very much. Scully, you ever thought about becoming an advocate for this kind of stuff? Not that I can usually stand them, but you seem to really care about all this. Oh no, I am but a mere heap of bones, here to learn all I can. But it is a gentleman's way to speak out when evil is committed in front of you. So I don't suppose I will stop doing just that anytime soon. Sounds great to me. I still wonder what all those undead creatures were doing there. No idea. We didn't ask. Hunger? Seemed to be heading north before we talked to him. Maybe they were searching for more trees? The Pale Woods is one of the largest forests in Feosa. I don't see a reason for them to leave the area before it was barren. Unless they were ordered to. Don't they typically come with a necromancer attached? You don't suppose that gentleman we encountered outside the woods could have been that very necromancer? I don't think farmers wear armor like that you were describing. Oh, if I had known what a dastardly negligent necromancer they were, I would have never offered that greeting. That sounds. Just realized where they could have been heading. It's true that there aren't many woods around here that compare to the Pale Wood. But a giant root in the capital must look pretty good to some tree-obsessed undeads. I've been tons more headed there even now. Assholes undead. Indeed. Just to clarify, you believe hordes of undead creatures were marching towards the capital? Well, towards the roots, would be my guess. I see. They're heading towards Themis, to gnaw the divine roots, as if to have a tea party. Well, the Elder Tree. Precisely. Not that such an action alone could destroy the whole thing, but it would certainly do some damage. What in the world are you talking about? You just stated someone is trying to destroy the Elder Tree. Starfall, the primordial flood, even the interplanetary portals. All part of a big plot. Was it not clear? No. Oh my, that's awful. And insane if true. Is it working? Unfortunately so. Or do you see stars in the night sky? I mean, there's one. Used to be more. And we don't know who's behind it yet either. Well, Callan, Mr. Scully, the gentleman person you greeted outside the woods, you thought he might be a necromancer? He certainly bore the armor of one. Did he seem like he wanted to kill everyone? Not particularly, though it can be hard to tell sometimes. Politeness and the desire for homicide aren't necessarily mutually exclusive. Necromancers can resurrect dead things to make undead creatures. Indeed they do. So, Scully, you were resurrected, right? Do you remember anything about it? Well, I admit, at first I recalled very little from the start of my new life. I mostly stumbled about trying to remember my manners. But my memories, or rather, the memories of my body, which I suppose are also my memories, have been getting clearer lately. Let me try to focus my thoughts. I believe I awakened in the archives, in the Everbloom. The Everbloom, did you encounter any bleak stalkers? Why, I did indeed. They seemed very hungry for my bones. Such interesting creatures. They reminded me of the old intellectual wombats. Do those species still roam fair, sir? No. What are intelligent wombats? Priorities here. Scully, who woke you up? A gentleman of fine age. I believe he was there to do research. I remember candles held over notes scribbled on paper, ink stains and fingerprints. He must have found me near my friend's study. I remember I was looking for her when... After I woke, I simply left. How rude and uninquisitive of me. I should have asked what he was researching. I could have helped. Be glad you didn't aid him. We found his notes. They spoke of the destruction of the universe. The guy from the woods reminded you of the one in your archives. Now that you mention it. I wasn't conscious enough to recognize faces when I rose, but I knew the armor looked familiar. I think I saw it when I first reopened my eyes. Metaphorically, of course. I no longer have eyelids. Necromancer is behind all this. Is he trying to break the sigils to get to the Tuat, the spirit dragon, and the realm of death? Sigils? Are you perchance talking about the sigils of Alcahest? My friend was researching them once. I always thought they were wild figments of her imagination. Seems like they're not, unfortunately. Do necromancers usually want to destroy Tuat? No, but they do defy his laws of life and death. Perhaps he craves access to all the souls of the spirit dragon gods. Or he plans to destroy death once and for all with his perversions. But my dear, to destroy the Tuat one must find him first. That in itself would be quite the impossible task, no? Not exactly. The spirit realm is well protected, but there are ways to get to him. Can you kill death? I don't know, but merely attempting it sounds disastrous. Miss Anwar, Mr. Moore, Tuat is the god of death. No matter how insane the necromancer, no one could possess a weapon powerful enough to fight a god. Only weapons made by dragons can harm them. We all know this. You mean like Ur's great axe? A weapon forged for the dragons by the dragons, meant only for their claws. The axe. It could certainly cut through the barrier between the astral sea and the upper world, if not for Tuat himself. Would stealing an axe from a dragon count as a sigil? Alright, you lost me again. I talked about this already, keep up. I'll explain later. It might count as a sigil, if it awakens Ur or damages their plane. Ur should not be awakened under any circumstances. Nor should their legendary weapon fall in the hands of a mere mortal. My, that is quite concerning. Wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah, we're just talking about, like, killing death and destroying the entirety of existence. I wouldn't worry about it. Right there with you. It seems like too insane of a plot. Even for some big bad evil guy. Yeah, but maybe not for an insane big bad evil guy. Insanity can do a lot of things. There always seems to be reaching for new heights in their ghastly schemes. If we are correct, this one plans to steal Ur's weapon, break their sigil and destroy Tuat. Dragons be with us. What about the undead creatures marching to the capital? There must be a distraction. A way to keep anyone who would interfere off his back. Quite a dangerous distraction, if you ask me. Those poor husks shouldn't be snacking away at those roots either way, shouldn't they? No. And those sigils of alcohol zest you keep talking about could do what? Destroy the tree? The spirit realm rests above all others on the canopy of our world. If what we believe to be this monster's plan succeeds, it will collapse down onto the rest of the Aether tree. Not only would it free all dead souls, it would destroy the tree, our home, our cosmos, everything below it. It would destroy our world as we know it. Not to mention Tuat might die. I don't think I have to explain to you why death dying would be a bad thing. Once again, can he die? I was just about to say, like, I wouldn't risk finding this one out. Wouldn't risk it. Though I believe this plot has has to be limited somewhat, no? Perhaps to a traditional period between astral moon and the dying moon? Only then would the veil between Cassiopeia and Tuat be thin enough to for a ritual of such magnitude to succeed. Wait. What you mean is this can only happen the night between the 35th of Cassiopeia and the 1st of Tuat? So it can only work in 4 days or next year. Precisely. I guess we can't have a ritual without unnecessary complicated rules. It is common courtesy. Clay, I've been wondering. Remember that man we saw on the way back near Marrow Castle? This was definitely the same guy. Yes. You think he might have been the same guy? I do. Strange armor sounding familiar, as does the convenient proximity to destruction. And more so, that blood of the first vampire Kyle spoke of. Part of the ritual to safely traverse the astral sea involves having an associated anchor for your destination. To find Tuat, you need something connected to him. Like the blood of a vampire eternally bound to him. Yes. Maybe our villain got his hands on it. Perhaps he knows more of Cassiopeia than I anticipated. All this context nonsense is giving me a headache. Innkeep, got another drink to spare to help me with all this mess? Something powerful enough to get me through this. Anything for you, Callum? Oh boy, this is dragging on a lot. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, something strong. Wait, we need this one is fine. And if we add a splash of this. No, wait. This is the Southern Brawl. Oh wait, but I'm missing this one. I don't know if this makes a difference really. I just like to vary the drinks. I put all the strength I have into this drink. Enjoy. I think you just put parts of my sandy back together. Thanks a lot. Anytime. So, this madman. If he can't get the axe, he can't kill the spirit dragon, right? Correct. Great. Let's stop him from getting the axe then. Great idea. I know. Now, how do we do that? Well, first the necromancer needs to find it. For that, he'd have to get into Ur's realm. Thanks to the portals, that is entirely within the realm of possibilities. One would simply have to journey through one of the portals in the Twilight Chasm. And then enter the endless caves through the Nightmare Realm. Nothing's easier than that. Didn't Melly see some weird new bone waymarks near the Twilight Chasm portal in the Moon Swamps? Could they be there to remind someone, say a necromancer, of the way to the portal? They could. Good. The moon pools are much easier to reach than Boreas. We should catch Necromancer before he ventured into the chasm, and most certainly before he gets the axe. Great. Let's go beat his Hold on. What if he's right? What if you don't succeed? I have faith in you, but it sounds powerful. How about a backup plan? I hate to say it, but you're not wrong. Thanks for looking out for us. If we don't manage to stop him from getting the weapon, we stand no chance of fighting against him. Even divine strikes would be no match, Miss Anwar. That is true. We would need an incredibly powerful weapon to match his. Not sure if it's enough, but I do have this sword I got from my barber. Let me see it. This remarkable craftsmanship, infused with minor divine powers. Incredible. But I'm afraid even this cannot rival the great axe in any capacity. What if you mix it with dragonfire? What? Do you happen to have such a thing on hand, young lad? No, but I know where we can find some. The ever-burning flame in the highlands is dragonfire. The one you wanted to see here. I think you might be a good type for that. You're right. Dragonfire merged with Kerlin's blessed sword? It would be as powerful as the axe. It wouldn't be as powerful as the axe, but it might give us a fighting chance. If we had a master craftsman to forge it, that is. Rhea, she's a blacksmith. Oh yeah. Would be great for a competition for sure. Yeah, she's looking to craft a powerful weapon. Yeah, my sword would get her first place, no question. I make sure to bring it up while trying to convince her. Thanks for the idea. Very well. I'm sure Master Smith Frostgrip will be delighted with this opportunity. Having her on our side makes me even more confident that we can stop this necromancer's plan. So we actually have like a plot to save the world now. We are not part of the team here. We're just the tavern keeper who helps them figure it out. I kind of like that. I have utmost faith in us. And I know the aperture and the astral portal are well. I know the aperture and its astral portals are well protected, even if we should fail. Though I don't believe we will. Because I know I'm strong enough to best this battle. And that Clay is as well. And the others too. Yes, the others too. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if the four of you will be enough. Don't worry, a lot of people we can ask for help. Like you. Like me? I mean, ask away. I knew we could count on you. No, I'm gonna stay out of this, like, I'm not gonna help. You collect everything we talk about, right? I'm my best. Could you write us up 2 quests for all this? I think we should split our resources to get the backup plan going at the same time. A good idea, young man. Plus, they'll give us an excuse to have your drinks help us. Not that you need an excuse, but I appreciate you following my rituals. I see what I can do. I should have something written up first thing in the morning. I trust in you as you trust in us. Deeply? Let's go, team! Yes. Deeply and with the knowledge that together we are stronger. We'll see you in the morning then. Kerlin, come with us. We owe you a few explanations before we make you do any persuasion work for us. You got that right. Let's go. I cannot miss out on more possible details. I shall see you in the morning and keep. Thank you for all your help. Let's save the world, alright? Let's, Clay. Good luck. Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy, we got a lot of quests to write up. Grandmother. Okay. So, oh god, we have a lot of stuff. Stranger comes to town. To reach a duat, one has to go through a number of complicated rituals. Oh god, this is... So the legend of the Great Axe lies somewhere deep in the subterranean caves. The enemy aims for the destruction of the Aether tree. He needs the Great Axe of Earth to collapse the spirit realm. Seem to get enough fiber. Better tree to jump down on than the Aether tree itself. So I think those two belong together. One is plane of Orc and access through. So I think this belongs to this. Undead marching upon the capital. Is this right? Yeah. The Undead Parade. A horde of undead is approaching the capital. The insatiable hunger for the local flora leads them to the exposed roots of the Aether tree, and somewhere to the capital of Themis. Since it lies nestled in the safety of the roots, this is a mere distraction of the necromancer. So the necromancer can fulfill his true plan, but the undead still must be stopped before the hunger for flesh once more. Okay. The only weapon forged with dragonfire can resist another draconic weapon. Hopefully the ever-burning... Okay. This goes with the sword here. Legend clerics were bestowed upon a mankind. I think this belongs together. Okay, so I think those three. The Twilight Chase. The world's calamity is imminent, but there is one last way to save it. The only weapon strong enough to harm Tuat and the Aether tree is the Great Axe of Ur. And the personification of evil wants it desperately. But first, he must make it through the Twilight Chasm. And for that, he needs a portal. Sounds like a good location to stop him, right? And last but not least, this one. Used up almost all of our rumors. Heir of the Dragonfire. Only a weapon forged in Dragonfire could ever dream to hold up against the legendary Great Axe of Ur. Luckily, a temple in the highlands houses the ever-burning flame, an ancient gift from the dragons that'll come in handy right about now. And what better sword to reshape with the flames than another gift from the realm of keepers, the heirloom passed down to Kaelin, with heroism scorched into every essence. God damn. Okay. End of the day. It's feet undo, swept floors, and just put all the drinks on my tab. It's fine. But this will be it for today, my dear friends. Because good lord, it was quite exhausting of a stream for me to talk through the entire time. Let me save it manually too real quick. Oh boy. I mean, it's not as much that my voice is sore, but like the muscles on my neck are a bit strained. Because like whenever I make like those weird voices, it's a bit before we stop though. Before we stop and everything, I have a little announcement since a couple of people are here right now. On the weekend, in case you have time, on Friday and Saturday, and a little bit of Sunday technically if you live in the European time, we have a very, very special event coming up. And this is a streamathon with like, I think we're going like in total about over 30 hours. We basically raid from one person to the next together with the Scarf of Legends, while we collect donations for the Extra Life campaign. So if any of you are interested in watching us, I will post a schedule in the coming days. We'll start on Friday with it at I think 1 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central European time on Desi's channel, and then we go about 3 to 5 hours depending on a person non-stop. And it will be rated from one person to the next, and in the end we all play together. So if any of you have time, and especially like something they want to donate to Extra Life, which is for Children's Hospital in the US, try to stop by. We are, I think, 10 people in total. 8 or 10 people, something between 8 and 10 people. Try to stop by. You probably know many of them if you know my streams. But only if you just want to watch, that's absolutely fine. We have a bunch of games prepared and a bunch of different stuff. Personally, my time slot will be. I like to call it the time slot. The time slot. The night shift. I'll be streaming very late for the American crowd. I'll be streaming from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern time, which would be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central European time. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll be reading stories and playing a game. I'm not completely sure what game we play yet. But I have a few in mind, but I'm not completely decided yet. A schedule will be posted in the coming days, so keep an eye out for that. It's a little event, and I'm actually looking really forward to it because I love like organizing stuff together with a few friends. So yeah, just a little heads up for all of you, and yeah, all that's left to do for us now is to raid out to someone, but not before I say one thing, and this is of course, thank you all and everybody for taking the time out of your days to watch my stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got nice and cozy in the tavern and had a bit of fun with my silly voices when I was recounting all the stories here. So, let me have a quicker look at who we can raid today. I see a couple of people are online right now. And for some reason, Lucy is online again, despite the fact that he raided us at the beginning of, or someone at the beginning of the stream, and now he plays it again. But I think we're gonna raid someone else today. Let me just look a bit through the people who are currently streaming. Let's raid into Mama Lumi today. She raided me a couple like a while ago, and I always want to return the favor. She's currently having like a just chatting stream and just setting a bit of stuff up. She's a really sweet person. So let's say hi to her. We have a bit of... We can raid a few other people every now and then. So... Mama Lumi... Up. Up. The raid is about to start. So once again, everybody, thank you so much for coming by. And as I said, if you guys, any of you have the time to stop by during our streamathon charity event, I would be happy to have you there. Either during my segment or to any of the other segments. We have a bunch of lovely people lined up. And yeah, I hope you have a nice rest of your Tuesday, nice rest of your week. And I hope I see you again very, very soon. Until then.